We are a founding member of the Football League. We are 1884. We are positive, inspired and passionate. We are now. We are moving together. We are ambitious and driven. We are progress. We are change. We are prepared, honest and humble. We are the highs. We are the lows. We are the heartbeat of our community. We are the famous black and white. We are the dreams come true. We are the club of opportunity. We are the memories. We are the yet to come. We are Derby.
Complete faith in you lot as a group. The bench is significantly stronger than theirs and will make change when we have to. And I can't express it enough to you. You have to gas out, you have to be brave on set pieces, right? And I brought all them in the room, so I want you to look at them. Because they're the people that work hour upon hour upon hour trying to help you all the time. And they're the people that will be there at the end of it to congratulate you or to be sorry for you. But they're the people you're playing for. All the people on the fucking wing wall you're playing for. And you could achieve something great. You could. And all I ask is you give it your best. Give it your fucking best. If it ain't your day, fine, get off, I'll send one of the game changers on. It's absolutely fine. But you have to start off with the mentality that you're going out to win the football game. That you're playing fearless. And you have to accept the fact some things you do aren't going to be perfect. So you might not get the opportunity to hit the perfect shot, the perfect cross. You might lose the ball twice when you get out. Don't give a fuck. Get at them again. Get at them again. There's not much I regret about my career. The thing I do regret is I didn't live in the moment enough. I didn't. It was about get the game done next game, get the game done next game. Don't enjoy anything. You're gonna learn that. Please live in the moment.
Hello and welcome to the preview show from RamsTV. There are 8 games in League One tonight, including Derby County against Charlton Athletic for the second time this month. The Rams looking to close the gap to the League One leaders, who don't play this evening. So this is Derby's game in hand on top of the table, Portsmouth. They are 7 points clear of the Rams and Bolton, who are in action this evening. Barnsley are within 3 points of second after their win over Derby at the weekend. Just outside the top 6, there's no doubt now that Blackpool and Leyton Orient have definitely joined the playoff hunt. Tonight's visitors could drop into the relegation zone this evening. Charlton are on their 3rd manager of the season. Nathan Jones has inherited a side that haven't won since November. More on them later. And you'll notice that Reading have dropped a couple of places since the weekend. That's after another points penalty was imposed by the EFL earlier today, which makes the relegation scrap even more interesting. But we'll start tonight by focusing on Derby and catching up with defender Ryan Nyambe, who's had an eventful 2024 already. He missed much of January from a Rams point of view, but he had a good excuse away, making history with Namibia at the Africa Cup of Nations.
No, it was a good experience. I enjoyed it very much. You know, it's we achieved something that we've never achieved before in terms of, qualifying, first time ever, and our first ever win. So it was a good experience.
Was that sort of the aim when you went into the tournament to reach the knockout rounds?
No, our aim actually was to win our first game ever. That was our first aim. To be honest with you, we didn't really expect to get through the knockout stages, but that just topped it off.
What can that sort of achievement, you think, do for the sport and the national team in Namibia?
I'm hoping it opens up the eyes of the people up above to invest in football, to invest into the young lads, national team, and just sports in general at home. I think hopefully that's the case. It opens up their eyes.
Yeah, and how much pride do you have in being part of that history?
No, it's very big for me because I call it home. Namibia, I go back home every single year. I lived there. Obviously, I was born there. I lived there for 10 years, and it's something to be proud of. How
was it when you're away on international duty, and obviously your teammates back home are still in action? How close an eye are you keeping on things?
I was watching every single game that I could watch, to be fair. And then I think it might have been the Fleetwood game that I was watching, and I was just buzzed.
Are you any good on the sidelines, or?
Yeah, I try to keep like a cool head. I try not to lose my head. Because obviously it's a team sport, and you're gonna need everyone in the game, and just have to wait your turn. Even if you're injured, you gotta keep your head down and keep working hard.
What was the mood in the dressing room on Saturday? Disappointment, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was a tough loss, very, very tough loss. I was considering the other results as well, but it's just one of them. We've got to pick ourselves up and go again.
Does that make it worse or better when you see that other teams have dropped points?
I think worse, because it's an opportunity to create a gap, and you don't get many chances to do that.
You battled to a really good win in your last home game over Stevenage. You've got 7 games to go at Pride Park. How important is your form at home going to be?
Yeah, it's going to be massive. 12 games left, 13 games left. We've got to make the most of it. We've got to make it a fortress when teams come over, and just try and be dominant in our home ground and show them who we are.
That's Ryan Nyambe. More on tonight's game coming up. First, we have to take a moment to say congratulations to Derby County women. They are through to their first ever major final after beating Exeter in the National League Plate on Sunday. We've been catching up with boss Sam Griffiths.
Really proud of the girls yesterday. It wasn't I think we had like horrendous weather compared to all I was hearing how sunny it was up here, and yeah, they were not nice conditions. So yeah, typical cup game. Took us a while to get into it, but yeah, most important thing was we got through.
Yeah, cup football can be different, knockout football can be different. You seem to have got the knack of it over the last few months.
Yeah, look, that we've had a good season so far. I think the girls have done really well to stay competing with the teams that we're competing with, and to have a good cup run is always nice, and and to now be in the final is even better.
I know you didn't start the game particularly well. How important was it that you were able to go into the break in front, turn it around?
Yeah, definitely. I think part of me knew it would be a tough game. I think we spoke before the game around wanting to start really positive, really front-footed. They're in a league below us, so we wanted to make sure that they understood that they were playing a team in a higher league. Didn't really go to plan. We were really poor probably in the first 20 minutes. But they showed resilience. They stuck with it. Obviously going 1-0 down wasn't ideal, but yeah, to get ourselves back in the game before half time was good time. And then I felt like it was only probably then a matter of time that we'd go on and get a few more.
Still a long way to go in the league, but I think it's probably fair to say silverware's not on the cards there. How important, how useful has this cup run been for you? Maybe to keep everyone focused?
Yeah, definitely, really important. I think in the past we've exited cups really early, been at the FA Cup quite early in the past. League Cup, we always seem to get through that first round and then probably get knocked out the second round, which the only way you go into the plate is if you get kind of knocked out first round. So sort of been a positive for us, although we didn't want to get knocked out the League Cup, but I felt like as soon as we did, this would give us a good chance to keeping players ticked over, keep people fresh, give other people minutes, which we've been able to do in this competition. So overall, it's been a really useful cup run to be in.
The final is just shy of 2 months away, I think. Do you have to put it out of your mind for now? Or?
I think so, yeah. I think it's important. It's been a bit of a mixed bag of games. So Newcastle away, flying high, sort of competed with them, did really well. Back into sort of the cup yesterday, playing a league below. Back to Burnley again next week, who also sort of flying high. So I think keeping the girls focused on basically the game that's ahead is the most important thing for us at the minute. And yeah, we'll address the final the week before we get there.
Yeah, that said, you'll face Cambridge in the final. When does your scouting start, even if you're not showing it to the girls until a week before?
We'll keep an eye on it now, probably up until that. But like I say, it's important that we concentrate on the league now. We want to have a good league finish. We want to make sure that we get as many points between now and the end of the season, and then we'll go into the cup when that arrives. And
I guess whatever the competition, whatever the circumstances to reach a final, whatever may happen there, these are the sort of memories, the sort of moments that you as a manager must be in it for. Yeah,
I said to someone the other day that I've been at the club, I don't even know, 10 seasons, whatever it's been now as a player, and sort of 5 seasons as a manager. We don't play in the County Cup anymore, which was always a cup that, like, traditionally we won. Well, the first team don't, the development play in it now. So that was almost like an opportunity to win silverware that sort of got taken off us a little bit. So since my sort of managerial career, like, I've not won anything yet. So yeah, excited for the final, excited to feel what that feels like to be in a final, and yeah, fingers crossed we can lift something at the end of it.
Congratulations again to Sam and the U's. Remember, you can stay up to date with all things Derby County women on the website. That's dcfc.co.uk. Back to tonight's game. Derby are facing Charlton for the second time in February, but facing Charlton currently under new management. They're 22 games without a win, but under Nathan Jones are showing signs of improvement. Yeah, that winless run stands at 22 games. That equals a club record. 4 of them have come under the new manager, but they've drawn their last 3, including a 3-3 draw at Bolton and a goalless draw with leaders Portsmouth at the weekend. That was also Charlton's first clean sheet in 4 months. Youngster Daniel Carnu has added a freshness to their attack, and Charlton certainly know that in their position in the table, they need points and they need them quickly. Well, tonight is the first of 2 home games this week for the Rams, who need points for other reasons, of course. Time to hear from boss Paul Warne, starting with reflections on Saturday's defeat at Barnsley.
Thought we were just a little bit too safe first half. We went when we had options to go forward, and I appreciate sometimes when you go forward you risk giving the ball away, but we went sideways, backwards a little bit. They pressed us really well. They're a really young, energetic side, and every time we went sideways and backwards, they came after us, and we went back to Joe, and we didn't really have an outlet as a 9, a back to play 9. So the ball just kept coming back. And if you watch their first goal, it comes from us, throwing it backwards, going back, clearing it, then putting the ball in the box, and then we head it to the outside the box, and they score, a brilliant finish. But it's just, so I wasn't over the moon about the psychology of our play. It's probably best to say it that way. First half, although we did create, a couple of good chances, a couple of good set pieces, Birdie might have been able to play that in, but then I thought second half we just had a bit more impetus about us. I thought we played a lot better, a lot brighter, and apart from one shot from outside the box down the left and the corner they scored, I don't think they threatened our goal really. So that was the disappointing thing, but I just thought it was a really close game between 2 teams that felt first half that neither team wanted to lose, whereas, I like to set our teams out to go and try and strangle the opposition and try and win from the outset, but that wasn't the case on Saturday. I just didn't think we were right at it first half. Without, being bad, we just weren't as good as I would like.
Portsmouth dropped points, Bolton lost. Does that make it more or less frustrating, or do you try not to sort of go through that?
I mean, I don't want to sound like Daniel Farke here, but I do love Daniel Farke. But you just have to worry about your own games, don't you? So I've said all along, between now and the end of the season, although we intend to win every game, you're not going to win every game. So don't get too, extreme about the league. Don't get too het up about it. However, when you come off, obviously I knew Barnes had won anyway. I'm that clever. So they'd won, so there's nothing I can do about that. I know Stevenage won, and I know everybody else in Oxford didn't win, Bolton didn't win, got a player sent off, Portsmouth drew, Charlton obviously. So So it wasn't bad, but then the other part of your brain, you're right, you think, oh, if we would have won. I mean, there's a lot of ifs in football, isn't there? So over the course of the season, if you do get up, you thoroughly deserve it. And, you know, it was a completely different game to the previous one, as we thought. And fair play to Barnsley. They'd done enough on the day to win.
Yeah, not long since you last faced Charlton. I think they appointed Nathan Jones the very next day. They look as though they turned a corner under him, performance-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think that they were horrific before that, really. I mean, if you look at their actual playing staff, their squad is very good. They're underachieving for whatever reason. Sometimes it's injury, form, confidence. You know, the classic one for everybody in the room is the manager's fault. So, I mean, that's the easiest one to solve, and changing the manager is the cheapest way to change things. But sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Nate's an experienced manager that's gone in. So their actual form, so to speak, probably isn't a lot different, and he's changed it, and they've signed, you know, spent some proper money in January as well. So, and I do know it will turn a corner, just hopefully not before Wednesday.
Just finally, injury-wise, anything we need to know?
No, not really. Obviously, Waggy and well, not obviously, but Waggy and Corey, I rested them, but chose not to take them at the weekend, so they're roaring to go for tomorrow night. So they've trained really well today, and there's no new issues of note. So no, I've got a really strong team to pick from. I should have really good options on the bench if need be, and hopefully that'll be a really good night. And hopefully, and I said this, and I can definitely say this with complete confidence, the fans were amazing with the team on Saturday, and the fact that we'd lost and they got clapped off, you go in the dressing room, the lads are really downbeat, but they're like determined to, you know, put it right tomorrow night for everyone who supported them. So if the fans can get behind the team again tomorrow, I'd really appreciate it, because you only had to look at the League Cup yesterday with the Liverpool fans getting behind their team. It makes a massive difference. And like Leeds, Leicester Friday night, I'm going through a lot of games here, aren't I? But hopefully we can put a performance on that gets the fans excited, that then gets the players even better. And that's our intention with these 2 home games. See if we can pick up maximum points, which would make everyone at the football club very happy.
There he is, that's Derby boss Paul Warne. As mentioned earlier, just 8 games in League One tonight. Leaders Portsmouth don't play, but third place Bolton do. Tough trip to Wigan for them. No game for Barnsley, for Peterborough or for Oxford either, but Stevenage host Cambridge, and there's a tasty game at Brisbane Road where Leyton Orient take on Blackpool. And here at Pride Park Stadium, it's Derby County against Charlton Athletic. And it's live on RamsTV worldwide, including in the UK. So get your Game Pass now at dcfc.co.uk. We'll see you for Matchday Live at 7:15. Goodbye for now. Passion and Bradley attacking it! And there's no clearance on the goal line this time! It might be Sonny Bradley's first for the Rams!
Back towards Daniel Kanu, who hits it into the ground, off the post and in. Charlton Athletic back in the lead.